Just felt like these blows to the side of my head, and that's when it hit me like, look, I'm getting attacked. I was petrified. He was raining punches down on me. I was like, just take the money. You don't need to hurt me. His exact words was, it's not about the money, it's about teaching little bitches like you that they can't walk the streets with men like me. I was screaming, Daddy, I've been attacked. Someone's hurt my dad. Please, Frank. And they said, we've got him. What they said next, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My name's Ciara Redmond, and this is how I survived a serial rapist. When I was 21, I just started a new job as a waitress. I just felt like I was getting my life back after the incident that happened when I was 15. I was starting to really come into myself, healing from what I'd been through, you know, let go of all the past and, you know, work towards the future. And yeah, on the first day I got the job, I went out and I was celebrating. I decided to go home. I've walked that path many, many times, and I'm walking and I'm literally just about to cross near the main road that just literally leaves me near my flat. And then I just felt like these blows to the side of my head. It happened that quick. It didn't give me time to even register what was happening. And then as I stumbled, I seen this male figure, but he had like a balaclava on, but where you could see his eyes. So I seen like these piercing blue eyes. And that's when it hit me like, look, I'm getting attacked. And before I could even think what to do, I was getting dragged backwards by my hair. But like I was half on the ground, so my feet was catching the floor with the way he was pulling me roughly. My shoes come off and I broke a couple of toes. So I got dragged into the bushes, and then I was threw down on the floor, and he was raining punches down on me. My top was ripped, my bra was ripped, I was getting bit, and then he went for my pants, and that's when it registered. Oh, like, you know, it's not a mugging. I had money in my bag, and I pulled out the money, which was £300, and I was like, just take the money. Like, you don't need to like hurt me, you know, you don't need to like inflict all this pain on someone, just take the money. Like, I won't go to the police, I don't even know who you are, I don't know what you look like, you know, just let me go. And then he just literally took my money, put it back in my handbag, threw my handbag aside, and his exact words was, it's not about the money, it's about teaching little bitches like you that they can't walk the streets with men like me. He grappled for the buttons on my pants, and that's when it hit me like, it's fight or flight, like, I'm gonna have to fight my way out of this, otherwise, like, it's gonna be another person that lies me down and takes something from me that doesn't belong, and also my dignity. I said to him, I will do whatever you want, please just let me get up. Like, I thought if I get up, I've got a better chance at fighting him. Because he was attacking me for like 40 minutes on that ground, like the injuries that, you know, he caused me while I was on the ground was, you know, they was horrific. By the grace of God, I can't turn to drive up that road, and the headlights just beamed literally where we were stood in the bushes, and it was very dark, so it just like lit us up. And he's like froze, I froze, and he's turned away for 1 second. I just thought, it's now or it's never. I punched him and he went down, and I just ran and ran and ran. I've got no clothes on at the top, my pants are ripped, I've got no shoes, no handbag, I've got nothing. And I'm running and I'm knocking on doors, and people are coming to the windows and going, no, no, go away, go away. And I'm thinking, like, hello, you need to help me, like, why is people looking at me like that? And I knocked on numerous doors and no one would Nobody would open the doors. And it's getting, the minutes are going on, and I'm thinking he's going to get up off the ground. Like, he's got the strength to take me out, you know. He's already took me down once, and, you know, I didn't want to look behind me. I was petrified. I literally thought, like, this is it. The next house that I went to, I decided not to knock. I just tried the handle, and the door was unlocked, and I come through, and I remember collapsing on the door and screaming, and this woman was screaming, "Don't touch anything, don't touch anything." What I thought I was rubbing, sweat, wasn't sweat, it was blood. I was literally pumping blood from my face. My hands was covered in it, and obviously where I've come through her house, it was on her walls and her doors. I managed to give her my dad's mobile number, and she rang my dad, and she put it on loudspeaker, and I was screaming, "Daddy, I've been attacked. Someone's hurt me, Dad." Sorry. And then my dad started shouting, and then I passed out. I woke up in A&E. I remember them phoning the police saying, "Look, we need like the police to come here." I was rushed for scans on my face. My scan showed that my eye socket was fractured. You can literally put your finger in my eye socket where the missing bone is. I'm actually going half blind in my eye due to the attack. My jaw was fractured, my nose was broke, and the police came to the hospital and they took my clothes, they took clippings of my fingernails, swabs, and they took many pictures. The contents of my bag was took, but my bag and the money was left on the road. And I put my SIM card in my new phone. I just kept getting loads of missed calls, voicemail, text messages. Messages had been sent that night from my phone to random girls saying that they was going to get raped, they was going to get beaten, and I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yeah, so then the police, they're analysing my phone. You know, unfortunately, there was no DNA found under my fingernails. So they've got nothing. They've got nothing. They've got no CCTV from the surrounding area. They've got no witnesses. So I'm like, great, he's going to get away with it. I think that day when Adam attacked me, he took a part of me that I still struggle with. So, when I was attacked, I was 15 stone. By the time he was caught, I was 7, and I developed bulimia, and I moved onto the street where my brother lived, and yeah, it was my nephew's first birthday, and we was at his birthday party, and the police rang, and they said, "We've got him." And I was like, "No, you've got him? Off what? Like, how have you got him?" And they was like, "We need to come and speak to your carer. This is so serious. This is the most serious case the Greater Manchester Force has probably ever dealt with in regards to these crimes." What they said next, God, you just couldn't even imagine. I was one of 6 victims. He was a serial rapist. He'd been going round area to area, attacking lone, vulnerable women in the street. I was number 5, and he was found 2 nights ago at the crime scene of the last woman he attacked. He was arrested at his mum's property. The man that attacked me was called Adam Downworth. He was actually training to be a paramedic when he attacked me. He was also a cleaner at a children's school. The man was a monster. He was. The CPS charged him with charges from attempted murder, rape, attempted rape. 30, I think about 13 charges he was charged with, and he was remanded into custody. This monster, he didn't have a preference. Like, the last woman that he attacked was the same age as my own mother. The police raided his mum's house. His mother gave him an alibi. She told the police that he was in that house all night with her, every single night that them attacks happened. Unfortunately for him, there was CCTV evidence, there was receipts. So, comes to trial and it's my time to take the stand. His family's there, his own mother had front row seats, his auntie's there, his pregnant girlfriend's there. His family called me a liar, called me a slag, said I was making it up. And then when it took to get to the stand, his defence lawyer, they cross-examined you. It was horrific. That defence lawyer, he seen my injuries. You know, he watched my police interview 3 times over. And when I got in that dock, there was not one bit of compassion shown towards me. That defence lawyer looked at me after me breaking down and said to me, "You're a liar." I have met so many people that, because of what I describe, haven't been to the police, let alone gone to court, because they don't think they're going to be believed. So the trial continues, and then they do closing speeches, and closing speeches is what they shut the trial down for. The jury retires, everyone goes home at the end of the day. I'm there first thing the next morning. And within an hour and a half, the police come in and they say the jury's back in. They've made a decision. Everyone, my lawyer looks at the police look at me, and they say this could go either way. And then they say on the first charge, do you find Adam Downworth guilty or not guilty? And I remember hearing the word guilty and shaking, and I got up, I couldn't breathe, and I just remember hearing guilty, guilty, guilty. He was found guilty on every single charge, of 13 charges against 6 women. The judge comes to sentencing. He looks at Adam Downworth and he sentences him to life with a recommendation that he serves 29 years. He smirked, didn't even blink, just like it was nothing to him. So when the judge sentenced him, right, the judge said to him, the most scariest thing about you is that even at 12 o'clock at night, if a woman seen you, they would not find you intimidating enough to cross the street. He was like, in court when he spoke like a little mouse. It was like he squeaked when he spoke. Like, he was skinny, he was like, he was small. He was just, I mean, I don't know what a vision of a predator and a rapist is, but it's not that. I'll never get over it. I still have the nightmares. I don't think I'll ever like myself. Yeah, I'm healing. Speaking out heals me better. Some days is harder than others, but yeah, I'm healing. I just think there will always be a part of that carefree girl that's gone.